New developments in Lil Durk's case have shed light on his potential release date. According to statements from his father, Durk is expected to be released on bond. This marks his third attempt, and his legal team has reportedly presented an offer so compelling that the judge is unlikely to deny it.
Just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son for the release for the third time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor, he wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and you're going to get a ruling in the next few days about what his position is for the bond. But we was very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers. And we thank you, and inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for us, that we have a good ruling in our favor.
Strangely enough, during Lil Durk's court hearing, prosecutors announced they would no longer use his lyrics as evidence. In a surprising move, they read the lyrics aloud in front of everyone in court, then told the judge they were willingly discarding them from the case. It's unclear how this decision will impact the outcome of his bond hearing. The lyrics in question included, "Told me they got an Addy go, got the location, go look on the news, see your son screaming no no no," which was played alongside a news clip of Quando Rondo yelling no.
Search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
While the dismissal of the evidence marks a huge victory for Lil Durk, the manner in which it was done raises serious concerns about corruption, especially as he seeks release on bond. Nevertheless, Durk's legal team welcomed the development, pointing out that the prosecution discrediting its own evidence significantly weakens the case against him.
The allegation they backed away from, which is huge. It shows the weakening of the case. Previously, the prosecution had alleged that Durk paid the bounty through one of his co-defendants, and they named the co-defendant. Now they've backed off that allegation. They're not actually saying that Durk paid the bounty through the co-defendant or anyone else. And the fact that they're not saying that suggests that previously they thought they were going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy, and now they know we're not going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy.
As he pointed out, the case against Lil Durk is becoming increasingly weak, especially now that prosecutors can no longer use his lyrics as evidence. This shift even led Drew to call the charges a complete joke. Lyrics were the only evidence they had, and now they've abandoned that as well.
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment that did not name him, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, Adam. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this.
However, just days later, when the judge finally ruled on Durk's bail, it was revealed that federal authorities would only consider granting bond if Lil Durk gave up all his assets and went completely broke. Their concern is that he could potentially use his wealth to place bounties on witnesses.
Bond for Lil Durk. Let me tell you about what options he has left and why the bond was denied this time. Now, he's in federal court on a murder for hire charge where he faces the possibility of life in prison. What that means is, under the federal law, it is presumed that decided to deny the bond on was a couple of factors. There's a couple $1 million being put up, but it's not all being put up by Durk. Some of it is from the label, and ultimately Durk has a lot more money and assets than what's being put up. So if I let him out on bond and he tries to flee, he's going to have tons of assets and money at his disposal.
This led to a viral tweet that read, "If you think Durk was denied bond just because he's rich, you clearly don't understand the case." DD's brother just snitched on all of F, and instead of going public with it, the feds are keeping it quiet to catch Durk's legal team off guard. That could explain why prosecutors suddenly dropped all their previous evidence. They just got a wave of new intel from DD's brother. According to what was uncovered, the new body cam footage shows Lil Ted pleading to cooperate with authorities. offering to give up information on Durk and members of F. This has shifted the direction of the case significantly. In response, Durk's lawyers have filed for more time to revise their bond proposal, prompting speculation about what exactly Ted told federal agents. Lil Ted, known as Dee Dee's younger brother and believed to be one of Durk's key enforcers, was reportedly picked up by police at a local convenience store after being spotted with a firearm tucked in his jeans.
What about that? A man had it with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
It was at this moment, in the back of the police car, that Lil Ted began to break down, crying uncontrollably. Before even reaching the station, he reportedly told officers, "I swear I'll tell y'all about the passings," in a desperate attempt to avoid being locked up. But by then, it was already too late. His fate was sealed.
Come on. Hey, stop it. Stop it.
Once placed in the holding cell, Ted was visibly emotional, breaking down in tears. All he wanted was to go home, and he was willing to give up the names of gang members involved in crimes just to make that happen.
You gotta relax, because I can't understand it. Relax. What's up? What you saying, man? You gotta relax. Relax, man. I'm gonna get a bus for free. Relax. You mean, no, I'm saying, what you talking about? I'm trying to get that.
Being Durk's older brother, with D was often in the spotlight. So when paperwork surfaced showing someone with their family's last name cooperating with the courts, people immediately pointed fingers at D. Since he was Lil Durk's right hand man and facing serious prison time, many assumed he'd be the one to flip. As the rumors exploded online, Bizu had to jump on Instagram Live to clear the air and try to calm things down.
I don't know what's going on, but them people that's in them courtrooms, man, for real. There'll be false accusations. Y'all don't even know what the f*** be going on for real. Y'all really be trying to play Inspector Gadget and all this. Y'all just be weird. But that's what I'm talking about, man. Like, first y'all they threw the jam bombers out there. Now y'all come on money and snitch, man. Snitch on what? Y'all don't even really know what's going on for real. All my kids, y'all really just be running. And that's why I don't participate in nothing that got to do with nothing illegal. Because of you motherfuckers, y'all be trying to get them on, put under the jail.
Things got so wild that there were even rumors claiming Vonnie had allegedly snitched on Lil Durk, who happens to be King Von's cousin.
When you see Flacco post something, you almost gotta be like, look at this headline. Lil Durk found out his co-defendant OTM Vonnie, King Von's cousin, filed for protective custody when they came to court. Okay. That sounds so crazy. This is why we have streams like this. This is, I'm not gonna get on anybody or anything like that, and I'm not gonna ever say that I haven't, maybe jumped maybe once in a while, but I definitely do aim to be correct, and I never try to be incorrect out of malice, right? This is why we love to bring up the paperwork and try to explain it, and also increase everyone's knowledge on stuff, because a lot of times these days the headline is way better than the story.
There's a lot more going on beneath the surface. Federal authorities are reportedly worried that if Lil Durk is released, he might put bounties on his rivals and others tied to the case in an attempt to gain the upper hand. But some believe he's already taken steps in that direction. Just last night, it was announced that Glees, one of Durk's longtime friends, was killed in Chicago. The news sparked a viral tweet that read, "Has anyone heard from Jam since he snitched on Durk?" While several gang members have been reported dead, insiders say Jam has actually been laying low for months. He was first exposed as a snitch during an interview on DJ Vlad's show.
The guy named OTF Jam. Very ironic name.
Jam got him in
everyone in the jam.
Did 12 years.
12
got
years.
out, interviewed, said he kept it real, brought him cars, gave him 50,000.
Right.
This. Made mention that ain't no smut on his name. He ain't never been a rat. Caught a gun case. but eventually he's dead.
Once the story made headlines, reports surfaced claiming OTF Jam was just found by F members hiding out at a house outside of Atlanta. Sources alleged that Jam was punished for snitching on F's leader, Lil Durk. A photo of a crime scene outside the house where Jam had been staying began circulating, and no one has heard from him since. The suspicion first arose during an Instagram Live, where Lil Durk reportedly noticed Jam might have been wearing a wire. In the video, Jam could be seen holding the top of his jacket, whispering into it, and fidgeting with what appeared to be a hidden wire.
Check on your man, learn to get dude. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I didn't have a day architect. I would go, don't have a day. Schools had stuff down.